Hey friends, I want to show you something real quick that I think is really important. There's this clip of Jimmy Evans where he's talking directly to Jonathan Lamb, giving him advice on how he thinks Jonathan should move forward. But before we watch it together, I need to give you a little background so it all makes sense. There was a moment in the conversation where Jimmy started talking about submission. And honestly, what he said really caught me off guard. He made this statement that submission means the other person becomes the voice of God to you. I was like, hold up, what? Jimmy repeated it, straight up. She's the voice of God to you. So basically, according to him, if you want to hear from God, you have to hear it through her. Not through your own personal relationship with God, but through her voice. Like you can't hear from God directly anymore. You need this person as the middleman. Now, I don't know about you, but that really didn't sit right with me. Because if someone starts telling you that they're the only way you can hear God's voice, that's a major red flag. That's not spiritual leadership, that's spiritual control. But don't just take my word for it. Let's watch the clip together so you can hear exactly how Jimmy said it. Check this out.
And submission means she's the voice of God to you. And
I'm sorry, can you clarify? You said she's the voice of God to me?
She's the voice of God.
So God's voice is...
So I have to hear, I can't hear from God, I have to hear from her?
You know what? Jonathan was actually on the right track. He started asking questions. And honestly, that's what you're supposed to do when something doesn't feel right. But it started to seem like if you really wanted to hear from God in that situation, you had to go through Joni Lamb and Jimmy Evans. Like they were the only voices that mattered. And that's not how it's supposed to be. We're going to take a look at more clips of Jimmy Evans in a bit, and you'll see how much his perspective has changed over time. He said some things that totally flip-flopped, depending on the moment. Now, if there's ever going to be real reconciliation, like actual healing and unity, the first step has to be honesty. That means admitting what went wrong in the beginning. And let's be real, a lot of the mess started with Joni Lamb, who basically put herself in charge at Daystar. And Jimmy Evans? He was right there with her. They ended up teaming up against the kids. Eventually, Jonathan got some advice, and honestly, it was smart. He was told to record what was happening just to make sure people actually understood the full picture. But Joni and her friends on that table talk show, they saw things a whole different way. Now, here's something I want to make clear before we go further. I try to live in a way where I don't have to hide anything. If I say something privately, I want it to be something I wouldn't be ashamed of if it came out in public. My private words should match my public ones. So when Jonathan's recordings came up and people started asking questions, especially about what was said behind closed doors, Joni and her close friends had something to say about it. And we're going to take a look at their reactions next.
That to me is deceptive.
He knew it was a private meeting, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if I were recording, I would go into the meeting knowing what I'm saying is going to be said. So I think I would probably, in my own flesh, edit my words, maybe not say exactly what I'm thinking or respond the way that I would had I not been recording.
Well, he was secretly recording. Of course,
Correct.
we didn't know it. Mm-hmm. But I will just say on the record, I don't regret anything that I said.
Let's be real. Everything Joni Lamb said in those leaked audios wasn't just her accidentally saying the wrong thing. That wasn't a, oops, I didn't mean it kind of moment. No, those words came from the heart. That's who she really is. She meant what she said. And what's wild is she's not even sorry about any of it. No apologies, no second thoughts. She stands by it all with full confidence. Like not even a little bit of, maybe I went too far. Some people who've seen and heard how she carries herself say she acts like she's perfect, like she can do no wrong. It's that level of boldness and certainty that's got folks talking. But here's the thing. When someone keeps showing you who they are and never backs down from it, it's worth paying attention.
The Lord said to me one day, an unbeliever is not just a person who has rejected me, it's a person who will not believe. They will not put faith in their situation for me to act.
Mm-hmm. They want to take the interview that I did with Debbie Lenhart regarding the forensic investigation, which wasn't a forensic investigation with Pete. They want that interview taken down. So they're going hard after that, and they've submitted something to YouTube and they want it taken down. But we have it on 8 platforms. as we always have done.
So here's the bottom line. What Joni Lamb said in those leaked recordings wasn't by accident. It was intentional. That's the real her speaking. And the fact that she hasn't shown any regret or tried to make things right says a lot. She's standing firm in her words with a level of confidence that makes some people feel like she sees herself as above correction, almost like she's untouchable. But when someone shows you who they are, especially in private moments like this, you've got to pay attention. Real leadership means being humble, honest, and willing to admit when you're wrong. And at the end of the day, no one, no matter how popular or powerful, is above accountability. And look, this isn't about tearing people down. It's about bringing truth to the light. If we're going to talk about faith, leadership, and integrity, then we can't ignore stuff like this. It matters. Because when leaders say one thing in public and another in private, and don't own up to it, it causes confusion, hurt, and even spiritual damage for the people who trusted them. We've got to be people who care more about truth than appearances. If we're going to move forward as individuals, as churches, or even as a community, we need honesty, not cover-ups. Accountability, not pride. So again, I appreciate you for watching and staying open-minded. Let's keep asking the hard questions, keep standing for what's right, and keep praying for healing, not just for the people involved, but for everyone who's been affected. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to stay updated on what's really going on. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.